My name is Zsuzsa Szarvas. I am the deputy director of this Museum of Ethnography, and one of my special interest, my field of interest is Finnish peasant culture, Finnish folk culture. So that's why I came into contact with this exhibition also. We are standing in the building of the Museum of Ethnography in the middle of the city of Budapest. This building was originally not built for a museum, but it was built for the Palace of Justice. When at the end of the 19th century there was an architectural competition on building the Hungarian Houses of Parliament, the plan of this building by Alajos Hausmann was at the second place. And then they decided to build this house as a Palace of Justice. At the end of the 70s, it became the building of the Museum of Ethnography, although it is a real palace more than a real museum. Some years ago, in 2009, we had a huge exhibition on Finnish culture. The name of it was How We See the Finns. When this exhibition was on, Tuomas Sopanen walked in our building and told me that he has a rich Ryijy collection and he has the plan to prepare an exhibition on his Ryijy collection. I was very happy about it because I myself also a lover of Finnish culture. I've made research on it and so on. So I was very happy to plan this Ryijy exhibition together with Tuomas Sopanen. With the help of Tuomas and from our sources also, we have arranged different kind of workshops to tell or to help the people how to make the Ryijys, and these were very, very popular, and the people liked it very much. Those who can think about making things themselves, they like it very much, and they are interested in how it can be made and how they can try.
The artist.
No, I'm a collector.
I'm a teacher. Will you, as a professor, tell me how it comes that you have this interest? What has made a starting point for it?
It is difficult. It has become little by little, actually. The first Ryijy I bought in 1997 in Helsinki in an antique shop. And that I just bought because I thought that in my home there is a good place for this Ryijy. And then little by little I bought 2 or 3 Ryijys a year from the auctions in Helsinki, which were old traditional folk Ryijys. No. And actually in 2005 I had 25 Ryijys. And then there was an exhibition in Heinola Museum. They had heard about my small collection and they needed something for the summer exhibition, and then they asked me whether I could loan my Ryijys for the exhibition, and I said, of course, if you think that they are good enough. And they thought that it was good enough.
What year was it?
2005.
Yeah.
Yes, so 8 years ago.
Yeah.
And actually that exhibition was so important because that started somehow my collecting career, I can say. Because there, firstly, for the first time I saw all my Ryijys at the same time, beautifully lit, beautifully hung. And in Heinola, I decided that I want to have a collection which could show the whole history of the Finnish Ryijy. This is an example of the very old model. which probably were geometric like this one. There is a picture from 1060s in the biotapestry, which probably represents a Ryijy, and it has the same type of pattern like this. In a way, this Ryijy belonged to the collection of Gösta Stenman, a famous art dealer in Finland. And it was skillfully repaired in Turkey. I got it from an antique shop, but I saw it in an auction before that, and about 10 centimeters here were completely missing, and then there was one hole which was about the size of the hand, and now I cannot see where it was. So in Turkey, where they have the tradition of repairing carpets, they could also repair Ryijys extremely well. It's very difficult even here to see the border between the old one and new one. The main reason why Ryijys are so beautiful is that they started to be used for weddings in the church. Their meaning actually was to protect the couple from the devil who was thought to live under the church. Of course, also at that time the churches were cold and the floor was cold, and when the couple standing on Ryijy, their feet have a little bit isolation from the cold floor. There is the year of the wedding, which for some reason in this case is upside down. It's 1809. There are the initials. Mostly they have the initials of the bride, sometimes both, and very seldom the initials of the bridegroom. Often there are pictures also of the brides, like here, sometimes of the couple. There are crosses to protect the couple. There are birds of happiness, trees of life, which also bring happiness, and stars. And also some other symbols have been used to protect or bring happiness for the couple. There was a real Ryijy boom in Finland at the end of 1920s. It started with copying old Ryijys, the traditional folk Ryijys. Several companies made packages where there was model and all ingredients for this. But then some clever people started to say that it's not enough to copy only old Ryijys. You have to also create new ones, otherwise the Ryijy will die out if it is only based on copying. And then the companies, Friends of Finnish Handicrafts and Neovius, also hired artists to design new type of Ryijys. And one of the first artists was the very productive Ryijy designer Impi Sotavalta, who has designed, for example, this Ryijy. At that time, in 1920s, 1930s, the designers followed the trends of the time, that was functionalism. So all the figures are somehow made in geometric forms, straight lines and geometric forms. And this is a good example of that type of Ryijy design. Already in around 1930, some of the artists started to be tired of the functionalism, which was rather geometric, and they wanted a more poetic expression. And one of the first of these was Eva Brummer, who designed, for instance, this Ryijy. She started to use very long pile and thick texture and soft forms, and her Ryijys are still very, very beautiful and liked by many people, but quite rare. In 1960s, actually many types of Ryijys were made. Some of them were very calm, consisting mainly of two colors, very graphic, like this one, designed by Lea Eskola in 1962. It has a very long hair, it's thick and soft and was often used as a carpet on the floor, for instance, behind a fireplace where people were then sitting on Ryijy. The Finnish textile artists have been all the time very inventive. They have always find new ways of expressing what they want to express. And in this Ryijy, you can see two new inventions. Firstly, the artist has using a mixture of wool and linen threads. The linen gives some kind of little bit glittering effect. And on the other hand, there is a relief. This is longest frieze, this is shorter, and the green one is even shorter. So there is already some kind of three-dimensional. This Ryijy is designed by Katri Mattila, who won a third prize in a competition organized by Friends of Finnish Handicrafts. And this Ryijy has been woven by the weaver Pirkko Silfos, who was working at this company. I was very happy when I found this piece, because this again shows how big variations the modern artists are making for the Ryijys. This has maybe several tens of types of threads, very thick and very thin, and all different colors and from different materials. In addition, this has many other things. Here is an artificial rose. This is a guitar. Probably all kinds of memories which the artist had and then put in the Ryijy she designed. This type of Ryijy clearly divides people's opinion in two.
Thank you very much for what you told. We have got an idea about how much work it is to arrange an exhibition. So we are happy we could follow and be here with you for some days in Budapest. And we say thank you. And
welcome.
And I myself, I'm so interested in research. I have followed it, but this was really amazing.